Um, I just want to make people aware of something, and this is a terrible picture of me, but if you look at what is my right eye, I got a staph infection, and it was really bad. It went really deep into the tissue of my eye. They thought I was going to lose my eye, and the staph infection was going to get into my brain, and it was getting there really quickly. Like, it was not playing around. It was a very, very aggressive form of staph infection. And obviously this is not like from an injection site. Who's going to inject drugs into their eye? How does that even work? You know? So this idea that, somebody had complications from a staph infection, so therefore they were on drugs or whatever the fuck they want to fucking make up, or because the person had issues with drugs in their past. I mean, a lot of people have had issues with drugs in their past. Big fucking deal. This idea that we're going to demonize, and the reason why anybody would do that to this particular individual is to hurt people. Because they ain't trying to help nobody. But anyways, I went in for a blood test, is what it was, at my doctor's office. And apparently I touched something, that somebody else that had this particular brand of staph infection, and I rubbed my eye apparently. Because staph lives all over your body. And it lives on everybody's body. I mean, I may not have even touched anything. It may have just been living on my body, and it just was a particular, aggressive little bastard. I don't think that people understand exactly how staph works. I mean, can people that have drug issues that inject drugs into their system have this sort of an issue? Absolutely they can. But I mean, does that absolutely the case every time? No. And I'm a guy who's going for his RN. I got plenty of medical training already. I got a little bit more, and I got my RN, and I've also been trained as a paramedic. And I'm fucking telling you that no hospital would come up with that determination that he got the staph infection via, that way, unless there was an injection site that kind of showed that they wouldn't, probably not even in an autopsy would they do that, unless it was very, very clear, because you really don't know where the person got this staph infection. But this almost killed me. And I almost lost. I didn't lose my eye. I didn't die from it. They gave me some real hardcore antibiotics, and it was receptive to that, and it just went away eventually. But I mean, it was literally leaking out of my eye, destroying the tissue within the eye while it was doing it. And it was just lucky that it was enough to where I could heal without any damage whatsoever. And I was extremely, extremely sick. I felt horrifying. I felt like I was going to die. It was probably in my brain doing damage. And it was really quick. It was within 3 days. It was just so fast. And, it's a horrifying thing for somebody to say that doesn't really know the person. And if you're saying, oh, well, I'm calling around the town and this is what, okay, well, great. They don't really know what they're talking about, bro. They have no idea what they're talking about. You're talking about a little town, and maybe he had a former, reputation, and they just never forgot or let it go. I mean, who the fuck knows? Who fucking cares? The point is that you're doing this to hurt people. That's why you're doing what you're doing. And this is me letting, people know that that's bullshit. that you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Riley Jones tried, you fucking, work a shithole for a living. I mean, come on. You plunge a shitter. What the fuck do you know about this? You don't. You don't know shit about what the fuck you're talking about. And that's a fact. That ain't what I heard, that's what I know. It is what it is. I mean, it looks like I got punched in the eye or something. But I swear that ain't what it is. Because you can see in that corner where it's just leaking out. And that ain't blood, that's pus and stuff because of the infection. But that's just me just telling it like it is. I mean, I look absolutely horrifying, I'm aware. But I mean, you can even see the other side starting to puff up because it's done spread. And I mean, it just spreads to the other parts of the body just that fucking quick. It'll kill you quick. Quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry. And like I said, it doesn't take anything to fucking do it. Nothing. I mean, like I said, I must have touched my eye. Something as simple as that. Kill you. I touched my own eye. Goddamn, I'm dead. I mean, they gave me shit hard enough to kill that would kill like fucking chlamydia and shit. Or fucking the clap or whatever the fuck. I mean, that's how hard of fucking antibiotics they had to hit me with. And I'm just saying, that's the reality of my situation with that. And that's the truth about that kind of a thing. Without the fiction involved. It just doesn't take somebody injecting. That would have went all over my body very quickly.